Your Excellency, permit me to stand on the already established protocols. On behalf of the good people of Obiakpo local government area, Your Excellency, we most heartily welcome you and members of your entourage to Rumuokuta in Apara Kingdom of Obiakpo local government area, venue of this flag off. Your Excellency, words alone cannot express the joy and happiness we have in our hearts on how you have marvelously and totally transformed our dear local government area. It takes a man with love for his people and mankind to do what you are doing for us, not just in Obiakpo, but in the entire River State. Your Excellency, while others are busy gathering their bounties for their end of tenure, this is where you are. Not only commissioning already finished projects, but initiating and flagging off new ones. Your Excellency, indeed, you are a rare Nigerian politician. On our own part, Your Excellency, let me let our people know that Obiakpo has the ace, Obiakpo has the number, Obiakpo has the figure to determine who will go in River State. Your Excellency, you remain our own garrison commander. You are the field marshal of grassroots mobilization. There's no doubt about that. And let me reassure you, for us, your political foot soldiers, we are intact and we are solid, waiting for your instructions on where to go and how to go when the time comes. Your Excellency, to borrow the words of a late elder politician, for us, when the comes to come, we shall all come out. Be rest assured, Your Excellency, this is your place and we are solidly behind you. Once again, I say, welcome to Obiakpo local government area, to you and members of your entourage. Welcome, sir. Nyedisi, akala ibiala we, mekao.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of River State, Your Excellency, our special guest, the former Governor of Cross River State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of River State, the Speaker, River State House of Assembly, Your Excellency, I pray your leave to lean on protocols already properly established by the compare. Your Excellency, we are here today to flag off the 11th flyover built by your administration. This location is Ikwere Road, Rumuokuta Junction. But the flyover is going to take off from the Ebony Junction axis of the Rumuola Road and then curve into Rumuokuta Junction and then terminate somewhere after the Seventh-day Adventist Church here. Unlike other flyovers, which is straight, this flyover is slightly different because it will be like a parabolic curve. This flyover will be 1,007.5 meters in length, probably one of the longest, and it's going to have a cross-sectional width of 17.6 meters. Because it's a dual carriageway, we're going to have 7.3 meters on each lane with a median of 1 meter and sideways or walkways of 1 meter on each side. That gives us a total width of 17.6 meters. Substructurally, we are going to be having 272 number piles of 800 millimeter diameter each. These piles will be driven to the point of refusal up to a depth of between 19 to 22 meters depth, as shown from our cone penetration test. And thereafter, we'll have our pile caps, and we're going to be having 168 beams launched on these. And each of those beams will have 2 elastomeric bearings each. That gives us a total of 336 elastomeric bearings. Why do we have the elastomeric bearings? So that movements due to vertical compressions can be accommodated. And so that movements due to shear, horizontal shear or tangential shear, can also be accommodated. Then on all of the retaining wall and concrete structures that we're going to have on this bridge, we are also going to have what we call expansion joints, about 542 number of them, of various sizes. Why are we going to have the expansion joints? So as to accommodate movements due to linear expansivity or thermal expansion, if you like. Your Excellency, we are going to have a lot of soil substitution depending on the CBR values of the soil from place to place. And then we're going to have soil cement stabilization 200 millimeter thick, 5% soil cement stabilization. Afterwards, we're going to have 150 to 250 millimeters stone base. And after compaction, we're also going to have a total thickness of 100 millimeters asphaltic concrete pavement, 60 millimeter binder course, and 40 millimeter wearing course. Besides the bridge, we're going to have 2 lanes, the service lanes, and we're going to have a lay-by just to allow for cars to park peradventure they have issues. And then on the bridge, we're going to have street lights. We're also going to have traffic lights and traffic signs. Your Excellency, this project is in line with your Urban Renewal Policy Trust. This project is in line with your desire to revolutionize Port Harcourt infrastructurally. This project is in line with your desire to change our landscape aesthetically. We are happy to be here today, and we know that in not more than 10 months, this project will be completed. 10 months is the completion time for this project, Your Excellency, but we intend to squeeze the schedule of Julius Berger to complete it in 9 months so that Your Excellency will commission this project before it goes. Thank you, and God bless you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give a remark on behalf of the contractor, Julius Berger Nigeria PLC, may I invite the director, Mr. Tobias Melichachos.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of River State, Your Excellency, the Special Guest of Honor, and former Governor of Cross Rivers, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of River State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on already established protocol. I welcome you all to this special flag off of the 11th flyover. We are highly delighted to have been awarded this project. We had constructed and commissioned under this administration already 7 flyovers, and we are currently in the final phase of completion of 2 flyovers, while 1 is still under construction. We will no doubt sustain the confidence by completing all in good time and high quality. Your Excellency, may I at this juncture bring you the regards of the Board of Directors of Julius Berger and of the Executive Management, and special regards of our Managing Director, Dr. Lars Richter, who is unavoidably absent today. Your Excellency, I sincerely thank you again for this project. Long live River State, long live the Governor, thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I respectfully invite to give a speech the Governor of River State, His Excellency, yes sir, Mr. Wike.
Follow who do rodo. Rivers people follow who do rodo. Now we can follow who do rodo. Your Excellency, our special guest of honor, one of the lights of our party, the former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, the Honorable Speaker of our state, the Zonal Chairman of our party, the State Chairman of our party, Chairman Elders Committee of our great state, Chairman River State National Laws Council, and members of your council that are here, the Chairman of the Abolo Government Council, and members of your team, leaders of our state that are here, the Ezohapa, and members of the Council of Chiefs, our dear beautiful women, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, Ikwezi Banmekal, Apras Banmekal, Almekal, Okutas Banmekal, Rumuola Banmekal, Nderiyama, Ma. Your Excellency, our special guest of honor, let me, on behalf of the government and people of the state, most sincerely thank you for honoring our invitation today to flag off the 11th flyover Rumuola, Rumuokuta. Your Excellency, some time ago, you came and commissioned the Coronado flyover. Today you are here to flag off the 11th flyover. We have commissioned 7 flyovers, just like the director of Julius Berger has said. In the next 1 month, we'll be commissioning the 8th and the 9th flyover. And by the grace of God, the 10th flyover will be commissioned in December this year. Of course, I know what our people are going to pass through in construction of these flyovers. But what I've always said to our people, yes, this is the period you must make sacrifice. This is the period you must be patient. And at the end of the day, the benefit will come to those who have economic activities here, to those who reside here, and the multiplier effect will be something in this state. So I want to appeal to the communities that please endure. You will pass a lot of hardship in these few months that Julius Berger will be constructing this flyover. I also want to appeal to you to cooperate and support them. So at the end of the day, it should not look like a project that has been abandoned, and that of course will make sure will be that you will suffer more. Because when this project is abandoned, the people will suffer. But I can tell you, we have done everything to assure you that this project will not be abandoned, because we have taken everything that has to do with the cost. As of yesterday, I released the money for the compensation of every property that will be affected here. So it is important to tell you, not just we want to flag up projects and abandon. We have paid for the relocation of the electric poles. We have also paid compensation for the Mboba to Zoba. We have paid the compensation relocation for Azikiwe Ilabuchi Road. So the total compensation we have paid for all these three projects is about 4.2 billion. And that was paid as of yesterday. Now, for this project alone, I have made sure to Johannesburg every month, they deduct from us, from our transgender revenue, 2 billion naira. Every month. They have already deducted the one of July. It's in their pocket. They're also going to deduct the one of August. So we have planned that in this way, that in the next 10 months alone, Johannesburg would have deducted about 20 billion naira from us. And that will settle these two flyovers. The one of Ilabuchi, Azikiwe Ilabuchi, we have paid 80% of the cost. So let nobody feel that this project will not be completed. It must be completed on time, because the money is there to pay. I have said I'm not going to leave any project abandoned for anybody coming. Anyone I've awarded, I will complete. So any new person that comes, you carry your own problem. You will say, I left problems for you. I don't want to hear that. The governor that is coming on a new slate. There's nothing like you're owing money in this bank, you're owing salaries here. No. No. So when I'm leaving clean, that I have not kept any problem for anybody. But I'm happy that today we are all witnessing when people criticize, oh, what does he do with Flyover? Each step now, they were the ones who said, within 2 minutes, we can take from Government House to Eleme Junction. Before, it used to take 1 hour, 30 minutes. By the time the Flyover is finished, the people of Rumuokuta and Rumuola will know the benefit. Today, you may not see it well. It will change the landscape, just like the commissioner said, to change the landscape of this place. You can see the landscape from Eleme Junction down to Government House. 6 flyovers there. As you are going up, you are coming down. As you are going up, you are coming down. You know, some people say, oh, all the flyovers and the corridor. What's my business? What's my business? If you don't like the place, you go ahead and die. There's nothing I can do about it.
Wike, my governor.
You know, if you project what will happen in this state in the next 3-4 years, and you don't try to solve the problem of traffic now, you will regret it. The population explosion and the traffic congestion will be something else. So it is better solved now than waiting till that time. So everybody should take this project as your project. Take it that it will bring development in this area. And what the people must also understand, that most people may not be happy when I say it, but somebody comes from somewhere. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm from Ikwere, and you can't run away, I can't run away. I will not hate my people. I will not hate God who brought me from this area. I'm happy that we have changed the narrative in terms of governance. We have. Today by 4 o'clock, we'll be meeting with the people of Andoni, because I've told them Andoni must get road before I go there and campaign. And we have told the contractor, Opopo has gotten road, Andoni must drive by road before this administration ends. The Trans-Calabari Road, we have paid 100%, over 13 billion we have paid. And I believe by the grace of God, by this September, the first phase of Trans-Calabari Road will have been completed. The one of Bori to Kono, that CCCC is doing, which we have paid over 14 billion. We have finished paying. I'm not talking about we are not owing a dime, we have finished paying. So Rivers people ask me, what are you doing with our money? I will tell you where your money is. Is it not correct? You can see your money. If the kind of money we had before, where we are getting it now, I would have turned this state to be like Dubai. So our people are happy. Our special guest of honor, I have told everybody, campaign of any party, of any candidate, is not to say, if you vote for us, we will do this. While you are empowered, they will ask you, what have you done? Let Rivers people ask PDP in Rivers State. No, everybody has to give account of himself. I will not go and give account of another state. Ask PDP in Rivers State, what have you done for the people of the state? This is our campaign. This is our campaign. So when people come and ask you to vote for them, ask them, the way you went, what happened? The way you went, what happened? As a minister in this state, and I challenge anybody, when I was a minister of state in this state, I can tell you numerous projects I brought in this state. That's what they call having your people in mind. University of Port Harcourt has never had faculty of law. Since its establishment in the early 80s, it was me that brought faculty of law in University of Port Harcourt today when I was the minister. Rivers State University has never had a medical school, yet it has a law faculty, a science and technology university. It is me today that brought medical school in Rivers State University. As a minister of state, I made sure Kenule Polytechnic, Ignatius Azure University, all of them had grants of not less than $1 billion. Oh, go and see how I brought oil and gas Polytechnic in Bonny. As a minister, ask your own, what did they bring? Operation Show Your Report card. Operation Show Your Report card. So, all of us must be alive. We must be vigilant to see what you've done for your people. For me, my politics is, if you love me, I love you. If you fall for me, I fall for you. If you hate me,
If you love me, I go love you. Say, if you need me, I go need you. Now so you be you.
what that means is that if you love Rivers State will love you. If you fall for Rivers State will fall for you. But if you hate Rivers State will hate you. It doesn't matter any amount of blackmail you bring. Like the chairman of council said, it's unfortunate. This local government alone, which I come from, Obiabo local government, we registered not less than 600,000 voters. This local government beat two states in their registration strength. So we're not a state you can take us for granted. We are not to talk about the local government where I come from. You want to joke with a vote of 600,000 registered voters in the local government, not to talk about the state. Joke with us and bury yourself.
As he dey pain them, he dey see with us. As he dey see with us, he go dey pain them.
So it is not about this one and that. No, our own is practical. If you say we don't exist, we tell you don't exist. So that is how it is. I'm not a son to anybody. I'm a son of River State. And I'll do what interests River State and what will benefit this state. We have collapsed all other parties. Every day, I'm sorry to say it, people from APC coming to our party. We are here, bringing them. Some people are in Abuja, ask them how many people have they brought to party. It's not to say I'm supporting our candidate. How many people have you brought to help your candidate in Abuja? We are here every day, bringing in people to enter our party. And you are there in Abuja, following your candidate from here to Adamawa, for Adamawa. Is it where you win the vote? Come back home. Come back home.
Operation show your report card. We get the combo. Show your report card. We get the combo.
So some people say, oh, they have known the candidates since 1993. I don't want to know the candidates since 1993. I don't want. All I need to do is the candidates should know I have what it takes. You show, not knowing him, show him that you have what it takes for the candidate to win an election. If you know somebody and you can't give him anything, does it make sense? I better don't know the person. Me, I don't want to know anybody, but they must know us here. Because we know we have something, they will come and know us. I'm not going to go and find anybody. You must come. Can't take 600,000 votes from my local government away. You can't take 3.2 million votes to River State like that. It doesn't work that way. Are we for a Christmas? Are we for a Christmas? Even if we were for a Christmas before, we won't be for a Christmas again. You must tell me what is there for our vote. So nobody should bother yourself. At the appropriate time, we'll talk to our people and our people will understand us. Won't you understand? Won't you understand? When you speak to your people will understand. When you give your people a sign, they will understand. It's not correct? So nobody should kill himself. So I thank you for the support you have been giving us. I thank you for the prayers you have been offering on our behalf. And to assure you, go home and sleep well with your two eyes closed. Nothing will happen. Do you hear what I said? Nothing will happen. Tomorrow we'll be in Ozoba, Mboba, to flag off the 12 flyover. Is it an easy thing? Within 4 years, you are doing 12 flyovers. Who has done it? Who has done it?
A biggie man, a biggie man, oh. A biggie man, a biggie man, oh. We can eat all the for size, oh. Biggie man, a biggie man, biggie man, a biggie man.
Already I'm leaving. In the next few months I'm gone. But I'm happy going. Because my people are happy. I did not disgrace them. I'm going without having any policeman following me on the street. There's nobody that can touch me in any of these streets because I've done what the people want me to do. It's only those who are afraid because they have not done anything for their people. They carry soldiers. I don't have one to follow me. And even if they give me, I will not take. I want to move alone. Please, Jonas Berger, employ our youths. Give them something to supply. But when they give you to do the work, it's not when they give you a job now you remember that as a girl you are supposed to marry. This is not the job you use. It's when you finish you go and marry. Not when they pay you for the first. He said, look, let me go and marry. And then the job will be stored. If you don't do your work, we'll arrest you. If you like, tell me how your parents are related to my parents. It has nothing to do with this job. If you know that your parents are related to my parents, do the job. If you don't do it, I will carry you. So no brother, no sister, as far as doing the job that they have given to you, have it at the back of them. But I will make sure Julius Berger does the right thing by allowing the local content to happen. It is very, very important. And support them. I believe if you don't worry them, even the 10 months, because they know they'll be working day and night. The compensation, I'm going to monitor it. And I've told the Commission of Works, if I hear any story, that, oh, there's a delay in compensation, then there'll be a delay in your own progress. If you delay my own progress, there'll be delay in your own progress. Because my progress now is that this job must be completed. So don't delay it. I've given you the money. Heaven and earth should hear. The gods of the land should hear. The money has been given to them to pay the owners of this property. If there's any delay that would make Julius Berger to give an excuse why they did not finish this job, because the compensation was not done on time, or they did not relocate the post, please avoid this problem. Avoid it. Julius Berger, this rainy season, you are collecting money. You are collecting our money during rainy season. You must also work during rainy season. If you know what to do to go and stop the rain, go and stop it. Because now you've collected our money during rainy season. Don't go now and give some rain doctors to bring rain so that you use as an excuse. It will not work. So do the work, you sign the agreement, and we are paying the money. On this note, let me invite our special guest of honor, one of the most respected leaders of our country and our party, Donald Duke, former governor of Rivers State, to talk to you and flag off this Rumuokuta flyover. Thank you and God bless you.
We go miss you as you live. No forget the state as you leave the office. We go miss you as you leave the office. River State, we love you all as you leave the office.
Your Excellency, one indeed I'm very proud of to call my friend, Governor Nyesom Wike. Your Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Banigo, Mr. Speaker, the former Attorney General of the Federation, Your Majesty, the Jaja of Opobo, distinguished members of the Executive Council, the House of Assembly, and distinguished citizens of Rivers State. I also want to recognize Mr. Dan Obi, who is the Vice Chairman of the PDP in the South-South Zone. Your Excellency, I'm tired of saying congratulations to you. Ataya. It's become a refrain song. Because every day there's something going on. Either you're exciting the polity or you're exciting your people. But there's action. You know, too often we call people action governor, action governor. We need to find another terminology for you. But I want to tell the people of Rivers State, you are indeed very fortunate to have Governor Nyesom Wike as your standard bearer today. He's your greatest export. He is one man that others, they love to hate him because they cannot be what he is. You know, when you envy someone, you either emulate that person or you hate that person, but you cannot be indifferent to that person. And that's the truth about him. You know, it's 42 years ago I started coming to Rivers State, and you know the reasons why. You know, he said something. He said, you either love Rivers State or you don't love Rivers State. I love Rivers State, and you know it's evident. I love Rivers State. So 42 years ago, I started coming. And I think a Oyakilome then was governor, if I may recall. Port Harcourt was a small oil city. This population wasn't there then. In fact, one of the first places in Nigeria I saw a lawnmower being used on public grounds was here in Port Harcourt. Then several years later, it became so congested. Now, in between that time, I used to go to Abonima from time to time. One day I arrived here in the evening, and there was no road then to Abonima, so you had to go by a canoe somewhere. I can't remember. You see, the place has changed so much. I cannot even remember those places anymore. But we had to go by a canoe or no, by a speedboat. And the guys who were piloting the speedboat, I think they had smoked something that day, because the speed and the curves and the turns into the creeks. I asked myself one question. Couldn't I have found a bride somewhere in Lagos, in some place, instead of to come and find Mami Water here somewhere in River State? But it was scenic and it was beautiful. By the time I had become governor, this state had become almost impassable. Port Harcourt was a difficult place to be. And I recall coming here once for a function. I think we had the South-South Governors meeting. You know, this is the headquarters of the South-South. And by the time we came in from Calabar to Port Harcourt, and the time it took us from Port Harcourt, the entrance back to River State and into the venue, the function was over because it was tight. You know, you're one of the very few states that has a defined economy. Your challenge is how to make ingress and egress out of your state capital. Guess what? 3-4 days ago, I was here. And usually when we come, you know, the time it takes you from Lagos or Abuja to Port Harcourt is the same time, or possibly more actually, to take you from the airport into the city. So the flight was for about 10 or 11, and I wanted to leave at 7 o'clock in the morning. And the driver said, "What's your hurry? It's going to take us only about 30 minutes maximum to the airport." I said, no, it's not a chartered flight. It's public transport. They would leave when they have to leave. But we did. I left an hour before, and we got to the airport, and I saw the wisdom in what Governor Wike has been doing. The flyovers you see here is what makes Port Harcourt a livable city. But Governor Wike is not only about roads and infrastructure. That would be undermining him. There's hardly any facet of life in this state that he has not touched. And in other states too. You see, that's another story that one day will be told. Supporting those who are in need. But that's another story. Now, on the way here, we passed the cancer center. You know, one of the most debilitating diseases we have in the world today is cancer. In fact, it's almost a death sentence. Once you have it, you start to tidy up your affairs. I saw that lovely cancer center under construction over there. Not to talk about the renovation of the general hospitals. Not to talk about the support services that have gone on, you know, the fire and all sorts of things. So it's not just roads, but roads are visible. People get impatient. Oh, I couldn't get there on time. I couldn't do this or do that. 12 flyovers in 4 years is unheard of. It's not a function of having the money. You can have all the money, but if you don't know how to apply that money, you go nowhere. In 2001, I flagged off an urban renewal program in Calabar. And I remember the governor of Imo State then, who said to me, "Have you finished paying salaries that you want to do urban renewal?" Now, that was the thinking then. In some states, that is the thinking today. Pay salaries first, because salaries are always paid in those states in arrears. What you're experiencing here, and I'm saying this because I don't want you to take it for granted. It's not just having the money. It's having the wisdom, the dexterity, the energy, the courage to apply it appropriately. Because people have asked me, where is he getting all this money from? There are states that have some more money than River State, but you don't see it. You don't feel it. There are states in this country that could have more money if they invested appropriately in themselves. But they don't. Everything has become so privatized that the only thing you see is the governor himself. I want to commend you, and I know I'm speaking on behalf of everybody here, and those who are not here, and those watching us on television, for the work you have done, for the work you're doing, for the hope you bring. You are indeed a role model, because others would aspire to do what you have done. And that's what being a role model is all about. The aspiration, I want to surpass Governor Wike, because our prayer is that those who come after us should be better than us. So you have set a template, and I hope that the coming administration will look at this template and challenge itself. I'm going to outdo, in a positive manner, what Governor Wike was able to do in Rivers State. And other states too. You know, in politics, we port from party to party. We can port from party A, APC, and go to party B, PDP. I wish I could port from my own state and come to this state. I wish I could, and I think we'll investigate, because you say, if my wife can come from Cross River State, or say her state now is Cross River State, I should be able to, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. I should be able to say that I come from River State. Una go take me. Your Excellency, you know, to come from River State, you have to give me land or let me build something. But I want to really say thank you. Thank you for the honor of allowing me commission the bridge a couple of months back, and the honor of inviting me back to flag off this road project. Julius Berger, you're giving this project because you have a track record. And I note that most of the bridges, if not all, have been given to you. If you had failed in your track record, I know him, he doesn't have patience. Governor Wike doesn't have patience for ineptitude. And it is ineptitude that has kept our country where we are today. This country has the lever to be anything it wishes to do. But unfortunately, we always throw up the least in terms of capacity to do the work. Even those who make the loudest noise, when they get there, you just find that they fall flat on their faces. It's always the same case. I mean, there are people who have aspired to preside over the affairs of this country for years and years and years, upwards of 10, 15 years. Given the opportunity, you ask, is this what you were struggling for? You think that they had the solution to all the problems that we have. We only to find out that they indeed are the problem to the country. This country, and I'm very optimistic about this country, when you find people like Governor Wike and his team, there's hope. There is hope. We will get there. Our prayer is to get there sooner than later, not that we won't get there. The endowment the Creator has given us, we will get there. The Almighty makes no mistakes. He's perfect. We will get to where we ought to go. But the pace is what we are quarreling about. If what we are doing here today, and that has been done in several other parts of Port Harcourt, and indeed the state, had been done many, many years ago, we would have been far ahead. But they say it's better late than never. So, Your Excellency, our Governor, Your Excellency, our Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like each and every one of us to give a rousing round of applause to the governor of this state. You know, the beauty of democracy is that you know when you're coming in and you know when you're going out. The challenge of the military is that you're appointed, but you don't know how long you'll be there for. So there is no desire for any long-term planning. It's just you run the state day by day, pay as you go. Governor Wike has looked at his tenure. I have 8 years, and in 8 years, this is what I'm going to do. And I can assure you, he'll likely be commissioning every day until the 29th of May, 2023. And the day he leaves, and I'll be here, the day he's being celebrated out of office, there'll be tears rolling down the cheeks of many people here. Where we will find this kind of man again? So that's a challenge. Don't take it for granted. You know, this governorship business is shift. You have like shift workers. You do your shift, another person comes in and does his own shift. But when you come in and your focus is to undo the other person's shift, you will not have time to do your own shift. And that is, we call it bad belly, but it's very deep in this country because we keep on repeating what we ought to have done, gone way past. I pray the momentum that you have established in this state never wanes. I pray. That's my prayer for my new state, or the state I'm married into, or maybe the state that married me. I'm not even sure who is in charge anymore in my house, because sometimes, most of the time, they're overruling me at home. So I think the state that married me, you know, may the momentum never wane. And I assure you, this momentum is kept for the next several administrations, 2, 3. When we talk about Nigeria, we'll talk about Nigeria and we'll talk about River State. 2 entities in one. We will talk about Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria is there, but you know, where to be is River State. And I want to congratulate you for that, because you have shown potential. Potential. I am saddened that the country at this time will not benefit from that potential. I'm saddened by that. But that time will come. That time will come. This is only preparatory. The country needs you. The country needs men like you to get it right. So on that note, Your Excellency, I would like to be honored with your accompanying me, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker. Where's the Director of Julius Berger? I'm sure he has gone there. My friend and schoolmate, Mohammed Bello Adoke, and he's my tormentor-in-chief of late. And of course, Dan. And ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please let's go flag off this incredible project that the governor's laid for us. Thank you. Mr. Commissioner.
Follow Udo, Rivers people follow Udo, now we can follow Udo, Rivers people follow Udo, now we can follow Udo, Barrister George follow Udo, now we can follow Udo, Rivers people follow Udo, and we can follow Udo. Rivers people follow Udo.